Welcome everyone. Welcome to today's video log, daily EOD market recap for 10th February and potential auction paths. You can get in touch with me on my Twitter handle, or you can visit my website getthattradingedge.in. Softwares used for this presentation are Bell Market Profile and Bell Order Flow. You can visit the website of belltpo.com for further information. Let me go through the disclaimer. Information shared here is not a trading recommendation, and we are not in a business of providing any. All information shared here is strictly for educational purposes only. Please use your discretion while acting on the information shared here. We will not be responsible for any resulting profits or losses. Please consult your registered financial advisor before you make any trading and investment decision. So there were no questions today, so we can directly go to the charts. So okay, so what do we have here? This is today's development. You can see a nice bell curve developing today with rejections at both ends. But today the value was higher as compared to yesterday. Yesterday was not a what you can say a nice profile. It was pretty weird, a bit stretched out, a lot of anomalies here. No clear value as in nice thick point of control. We couldn't find that. So what we can do here is we can just merge these profiles from 7th onwards. If we merge these 3 days, then we have something which we can use, and that is this whole nice value forming. On this particular profile, we can see excess at the top, value forming here, and a poor low. So compared to this value, we will now see what happened today. So today we opened higher, but inside the range, tried to move higher in A period, but we could not even tag this high. Immediately the price was rejected down. Then we traded for good part. Let me just split this profile. Yes. Then for a good part of the day, we just traded sideways. But at all times, we were just, holding this level. This is 8.80510 kind of a level. It's just start of this value and fairest price here. So the area in between, we held that area. So if you can see this early shape, it was a nice B shape formation, which we all know is synonymous with long liquidation, that eager sellers selling but patient buyers taking the other side. And this B was forming just above this important reference level, the 0510 level. So what it meant was any buyers who are in this, who bought in this particular range for the longer term, we are supporting the market here and taking the other side of this selling. Now as we are familiar with this B shape profile, we require new business below this initial or morning low of this B period for any possibility of moving down or continuation down. But we did get a break. We did break from this consolidation in the morning, and we tagged this composite point of control, went below it, but did not find anything below it, so we just reversed back. Now the early part was a B for sure, but if we draw another profile like this, now what we get is a Q shape. So if we just ignore this tail and look at this particular development, what we see is that there was acceptance at higher levels. Then we tried to move away from this value and immediately found rejection from this particular composite point of control. So buyers from this whole area defended this point of control. This was actually shared on the Slack in my intraday updates, and promptly we moved higher, went back into this fair price for today, tried to move higher above the fair price, but then we could not do it. Sellers again came in and sold this. Now if if this buying was strong, these buyers were strong, they should have at least tagged the open and preferably this high. But we could not do that. We barely moved above the value and again fell back. Now this time we again came and tested below this 0510 level and closed there. So let me just clear everything. If we look at this profile, there is no clear attempt apart from this 1 and 2 efforts to mark the prices down. We can even consider this late one. We had these 3 attempts to mark the prices down, efforts by the sellers to mark the prices down, but at the end of the day, if we see, the value formed higher. So these efforts were not successful at all. Now what that means is that these sellers have failed to get lower value. That means somebody was taking the other side of their selling, and that buying may put all these sellers under pressure tomorrow. But that remains to be seen. That we'll see if that happens tomorrow. One more evidence of buyers having the upper hand today was the placement of value, which is clearly higher above this composite value. Also, we had mentioned in our last post about this particular value area. This was a value area where sellers smashed the buyers and overpowered them. Then we had prices trending down and testing this point of control. So there was selling in this area. Today we traded in this area for better part of the day, tried to break down, but again came back and closed pretty close to this. So what it tells us that the supply from this area was being absorbed today. All, even if these sellers were again trying to sell 1, 2, 3 times they tried, if we say that, all the time we had some buying coming in and taking the other side. So what it means is that this selling was being absorbed today, and the higher value or value in this region for today suggests that they were even successful in doing that. Now what we require is a follow through tomorrow. Follow through to the upside. If this is the area which was controlled by buyers, then these buyers would like to push the prices up and put all these sellers who are still in the market under pressure and try to make them cover in the bargain, getting a nice up move. One more point to note is this, that we have a nice tail here, another one here, another one here. So if we look at this picture, we see that this is 8835 and 45 level. So in the 10-point range, we had rejection thrice. Now this rejection resulted in lower price. This rejection resulted in lower price, but the price immediately retraced back up and closed in this 0510 range. And today also there was a rejection, but again the close is at the same level. So this level has something, something is there. Some unfinished business is still there. That close is continuously coming in this area, and we are always traversing this particular 0510 band multiple times in the day. So till this business is over, it is difficult to get away from this price. But today we see that the value is placed higher, and we have three efforts to mark the prices down, not fetching us lower value. So all these things point to what Jim Dalton calls the uh, cognitive dissonance. What it means is that we have a negative bar compared to open. The open is higher, the close is lower, so normal candlestick will show this as a negative bar. But the close for the day is, almost around yesterday's close. So in that terms, we are hardly, we have made any progress. So in that sense, we are unchanged from yesterday. Uh, Compared to open, we have a down bar and three attempts to mark the prices down. But if we look at the volume was lowest in last 3 days. That means we have a potential. I mean, since this close is higher, the VSA rules will say that this is a no demand, no, okay, closing higher. It's no supply, but what I feel is that if we, since this close is very, very near to each other, these two closes, we ignore that particular part and look inside the bar, and we see three attempts to push the market down, generating low volume, lowest in last 3 days. That means that lower prices are not fetching participation. They are not getting any new business. Sellers, whoever are selling, are most probably of a shorter time frame, and the next higher time frame is probably buying from them. And this value being placed pretty close to the high of this 5-day range suggests that bulls have something in their mind. And if we can just take out these area of these singles, this blue rectangle, if we can take that out, there should be a lot of stop losses in this region for sure. Many people must have put their stop losses in this range, because 3 times it was rejected. And if we can take these stop losses out, then definitely a lot of people will be forced to cover. So what we need is either directly open here, find acceptance and move higher, or maybe open inside, drive out, first absorb supply here, move higher, find some acceptance, and then again move higher. So this is the bullish scenario. Take a flip side view of this situation also. We have thrice the price reaching this 3540 area and getting rejected. What it means is that multiple times buyers have attempted to take this level out, but they were unable to take it out. And that means that the market might have gotten too long. What it means is that every time the market came lower, some players bought, and those players were not strong players. Another sign which tells us that they were not strong players is this poor low. So I mean, weak players are buying at the lows, and at every opportunity when they see prices higher hitting this zone, they are selling. So they are basically booking their profits. But yesterday their selling took the prices pretty low. Today their selling could not manage a lower value even. So what it means is that this market might have gotten too long, and smart money is now accumulating from the profit booking of weak longs. Ideally, this bullish scenario which I said should follow, but we all know that smart players rarely work in that fashion. We have an anomaly over here in the composite profile and a poor low. So there is every chance that even if smart money is buying here, they might just cause a sharp fall, nice panicky fall, and try to take out stop losses and weak buyers out of the market once and for all, and then move the prices higher. This is one way they can do it. Second way is this, just push the prices above this whole 5-6 day range and make anybody who is short in this region to cover their shorts. So I think these are the two possibilities. I don't see any. One thing which might support this case is the close for today. Let me just clear everything up, unsplit it. Now, if we look at this close for today, what we see is that it is, below majority of today's profile. So anybody, buying in this particular thick zone is a bit under pressure. But that is the only thing which I can, see in the favor of bears, at least in the short term. So this particular thing might, cause these anxious buyers from today to open the price lower. Then we have two references on the downside. One is this and one is this. And then maybe we have two possibilities to repair this and move up, or just to repair this anomaly and move up. This poor low it's not compulsory to repair this. So it's possible that market might not come here. They might just repair this anomaly, create some panic. Buyers in this region, buyers today, force them, to cover, and then again mark the prices up. That's also a possibility. And the other one we just discussed, that if we just, push, accept in this region, break out, again some acceptance, and again move higher. So bulls need acceptance in this blue rectangle. Maybe we'll drag it down a bit. This is actually the low usage area. We have nice gradients here. If you can see on the volume profile, let me just mark them. See, this is a nice gradient. This is a nice gradient. So this suggests that there was very little acceptance in this region, and that means that the sellers were aggressive and they must be having their stop losses just above this area. So this is one way of moving higher. If we just move higher, find acceptance here, one more thing can happen. Accept here, take out all these stop losses, and if we don't find new business in this region, then immediately we get rejected from this area. Again the same, this point of control, this low, this anomaly, all these lower levels will then open up. So a bit it's not very clear actually today. There are 2-3 possibilities which might happen, but I think it is good to have multiple possibilities going into a trading day. We have this bullish possibility, immediate bearish move followed by some buying, and a chance of a failure here. So these 3 possibilities are there, and let me just share the order flow chart with you. Today there was some interesting developments. This actually I posted intraday, and it highlighted a nice bullish divergence, delta divergence as we call it. You can see here the delta dropped on a lower low, and then this also we had nice trapped buyers, majority red prints closing well off the lows, and this no supply bar. So all these 3 things, they pointed towards higher prices to come. This was a nice setup, yielded nice returns in the short term. And why, I mean, this also is a point to discuss. Why I was looking to buy here was because of the context. And what was the context? As we have already discussed multiple times in our analysis, that context is the king, and it sure is. In this case also, we had this potential Q formation, this nice reference, nice composite point of control below the market. So there was every chance that even if buyers were accumulating here, they would like some weak buyers out of this market, and they did precisely that. They marked the prices down rapidly, panicked everyone. I mean, the weak buyers here, they panicked them, they forced them to cover. immediately bought into their stop losses and again push the prices higher. The second time we come down, this might be the test of this particular action. So smart money accumulating here, again testing down. We did not find anything. We could not close, uh, in this lower region, but we again closed back up. Though we would have preferred a close, above the point of control near the value at high, but we did not get that. Now everything will definitely not always happen as we want it, but still, I mean, these were the things happening today. I shared them intraday. Hope you could have benefited from that information. So that's it for tomorrow. We'll meet now on Monday. So thank you. Have a great weekend. Yeah. Also, one more thing before I sign off, I have scheduled a webinar for tomorrow. I have also shared the links. If you are interested, then please visit the Slack group. I have tried to mail those links to you for tomorrow's webinar. Tomorrow's webinar is a question answer session. Any questions you might be having regarding market profile and order flow, I'll try to answer them tomorrow. So if you have not yet registered, please do so. I'll again share the link on Slack. I have already mailed it to you. Even you will get a mail from Bell TPO email ID regarding the link. So please join and keep your questions ready for tomorrow. So we'll meet tomorrow for this question answer session, and markets will resume from Monday. So that's it from my side. Thank you. Have a great weekend.